productive during these times. Today I want to do a basic mat for anyone who's having any low back stiffness. So we've been out in the garden the last few days, and just even bending over more than I'm used to, I can feel a lot of stiffness in my low back and my hips, so that's what we're going to be working on today. If you do not have a magic circle, first of all, we are going to be delivering magic circles to anyone who needs one in the Seattle area, so shoot me an email if you'd like one. But if you do not have a circle and you are in a pinch, there's a few ways that you can recreate one for stretching that we're going to do today. So this is a belt that is just on the last loop, and again, we kind of want to try to get the same like general circumference as the circle. So, you know, if you have a belt that is similar, can be looped to a similar shape. Same thing with the yoga strap, just hook it so that it is about as long, or excuse me, as wide as the circle. And last pinch would be bathrobe tie, knotted, again, to be kind of the same circumference as a circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but those are just some suggestions. So, we're going to get started on hands and knees. And wide fingers, wide knees. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Look into your belly and just round everything a little. Try not to round too much in your upper back. Think about rounding your low back a little bit more by tucking your tail and pulling your belly in. Exhale, release. A little archiness in the back, chest up. Inhale. Focus on low back and tail. Drop your chin, pull your stomach in a little deeper. Push into your arms. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Deep low belly and exhale. Nicely done. I like to use this shape a lot when I'm trying to stretch my low back. This is a nice stretch for any time of day if your low back's feeling stiff, so you could do this a few times a day. Really thinking about rounding your back again and not being too flat, because this isn't too much of a stretch in your low back, maybe more in your hips, but maybe even pushing against in your hands and trying to round. You can tell my back's pretty flat, so that's a challenge for me. Your back might not be that flat, and this could be easier. And then we're going to come up to a seated position, and we're going to turn around. So, if you have a magic circle at your disposal, I would love for you to put it on the outside of your thighs. You could do the same thing with a belt or a yoga strap or a bathrobe tie. It's not going to give you as much feedback, but do what you can. So we're going to just start lifted, and we're going to press the circle open and pull our bellies in and up. And then release. And again, pressing. Try not to just use your quads. Try to use the outside of the legs, lifting the belly. And release. And let's do one more press and lift. Now we're going to look into the stomach and start to round into the low back a little bit. Stop. Exhale. Pull the stomach in and then lift to come up. Keep pushing open. Inhale. Rounding, rounding, rounding. Pausing. Maybe going a little further. Pushing the circle open and lifting as we come back up. Last one, look into the belly and round, pressing that circle open, keep going, pause, pull your stomach in and lift, pressing open. Let's come all the way down onto the back, take your time, use your hands as needed. Head's going to come down, let's make sure head is on the mat. Circle stays where it is, hip width apart, feet parallel still. Arms are long and chest is open. Let's take a few deep breaths just to lay into the mat a little. Deep inhale. As you exhale, stomach in. Inhale. Exhale, deep low belly. Last one. Deep low stomach. Awesome. Eyes open now. Inhale, and we're going to press the circle open and slowly lift our hips off the mat. Pause, chest open, stomach in, and we're going to pulse. 2, 3, 4, and hold it. And then articulate down with control and release the circle at the bottom. And again, press open and lift. When we do this, just a quick reminder, we don't want to push up so high that our ribs come really tall in our upper mid-back, low back arches. We want to keep the ribs in the body, and we want to try to think about using the back of the legs and the outside of the thighs, also inner thighs here, to push open. and then pull the ribs down to articulate the rest of the body. Let's do one more like that. Pressing out and slow lifting up, pulling the stomach in. Let's do a pulse out and up. So we're going to press and lift for 2, and for 1, hold it. You should be feeling your booty and your stomach and your hamstrings maybe a little, and slowly articulating down with control. Nicely done. So let's float these legs up to tabletop position, parallel everything, and let's just find a little upper abdominal curl. Look into your belly and curl up. Pull your stomach in, reach your arms long, and come right back down. Again, inhale. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And feet come down. Let's take this off. Put it to the side. We'll use it again in a moment. And let's get into our 100. So curling up to find your middle. If your back is really stiff, feet to the floor could be a nice kind of reprieve for your low spine. If you're feeling good, tabletop, heels together if we can. We're curled up, pulling the belly, and we're going to pump. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. 2, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. For 40. 5 more. Deep low stomach. 2 more. Reach, knees in, head down, stretch. Rock a little if that feels good. Awesome. So let's pull the right knee in, give it a big stretch. Hands could be right below the knee. Stretch that left leg really long. That knee can go to your shoulder a little bit. Pull your belly in. Switch. Pull and breathe. Reach out of that opposite leg. Lengthen and lift the stomach. And both knees in again. Stretch. All right. We're going to go right into some leg circles before we do our roll up today, because I want to stretch the legs a little. So let's have feet squeezed together, knees together, pulling the stomach in, reaching the right leg to the ceiling. We're going to keep it pretty small here. If you know you can do it bigger, go for it. We're going to rotate this leg a little externally, cross it, circle down and around, stomach in, and lift. Again, cross, down and around, belly in. Nothing moves in the hips. Deep low stomach, 2 more. Last one. Reverse it now. Cross and stomach in. Around and cross and belly in. Try not to let the leg come further than 90 degrees. Try to keep your hips anchored. 2 more. Last one. Great. Now we're going to grab our circle. Foot, pad of the circle on the ball of the foot, or a strap on the ball of the foot, and just stretch. So, always I like to remind us when we stretch that your tail should be anchored to the mat. That means that even though my leg can come closer, as you can see, my hip is now totally off the mat. My butt is actually mostly off the mat. I'm on my mid and low back. If I keep my leg a little further away and I anchor my hip, my stretch actually is going to be deeper into the attachments of a bunch of the stuff in my butt, and it's actually going to be a little safer for my back. And that goes for all of our stretching. We always in Pilates want to keep the tail anchored to the mat. Not to say that that's always correct for every modality that you do, but here we always want to keep that in mind. Let's drop the right hand. It's going to go to your hip socket. You're going to push that hip away as you reach that leg over ever so slightly. And again, our goal is to keep this hip on the mat. Now, if you're stiff, that's going to be a challenge. Breathing here. I'm almost thinking as much as I'm stretching, I'm also putting pressure down into this hip, which is stretching some stuff in my low back. Oh, one more breath. Back to center. We're going to switch hands. Pull this leg to our right shoulder, anchoring our hips and pulling our bellies in. One more. Good. And then back to center, both hands. We're going to point and flex again here. Point the toes, push them away, flex and pull. Make sure your hip and your tail are anchored. Point and push, flex and pull. Two more. And flex and pull. Last one. And flex and just hold this there. I know it's uncomfortable. Breathe. And then we're going to reach this leg long all the way down to the mat, using our stomach. Leg circles on the other side. Turn that leg out just a little, and you're going to cross around. Use your stomach. Cross around, stomach in. Keep it small. Keep your hips grounded. Belly in. And stomach in. And last one. Reverse it now. So on this leg, my hip tends to click a little. One strategy that I use is to keep my leg a little more parallel on this side. I could also bend my knee a little to help with that, and I could make my circle a little smaller. So those are just some strategies. And let's do one more. Good. And then we're going to grab this foot and stretch, taking deep breaths, anchoring this hip. We're going to come across the body, dropping the left hand to the left hip socket, pushing that hip away as much as we can. Whew. Drawing our shoulders down our back as we do this. It's really easy for them to kind of crawl up on you. Let's take one more deep breath here. We're going to come back to the center and then switch hands. Straighten that bottom leg, anchor that opposite hip as we pull. Thinking about this leg pull into the shoulder, not going as wide as you can, although that's a great stretch. That's not what we're working on right now. Breathing. And then we come back to the center, both hands, and we're going to point and flex. Point and flex. Point and resist as you flex. Two more. Make sure your tail is anchored. Last one. And pull. Push that heel, lengthen, and pull your stomach in. And then slowly release that leg down with control. Circle's going to go to the side. We're going to reach everything long. We're going to work on our roll up now. So if your back is stiff, parallel feet could help. Bent knees could help. You can always use your hands. Let's do that on this first one to help you roll up. Woo. And stretch. And then rolling back, you can help yourself down as well. If you're not feeling as stiff, arms can stay up, heels can squeeze together, and we're rolling down. Two more like that. Reach. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Stretch. Rolling like a ball. Coming forward a little on your mat so you've got room to roll back. Finding your balance. Pulling your belly in. Drawing your shoulders down. We're going to roll back. Good. Roll with your stomach. If you're feeling like you can use a bigger challenge, hands can go on the shins. If that feels like it makes it too hard for you to do this exercise well, don't. Let's do one more. Feet down. We're going to work on some stomach series now. Let's come onto our backs. And I want to do stomach series with arms and kind of focusing on the stretch a little more. As per always, if your neck starts to get stiff or heavy and you need to take a break, put your head down and keep going with everything else. We're going to pull the right knee in, left hand on the knee, right hand on the ankle. Curl up, look into your belly. And we're going to float this leg off the mat. It can come pretty you choose. We're going to pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, pull your belly in, wide elbows. And we're going to bicycle a little now, which means this leg is going to come up and you're going to reach away. Reach out of your hip. For 2. And reach. Knees come in. Double leg stretch. Inhale, arms and legs reach. Reach really long. Exhale, pull. Exhale, pull. Keep your legs higher if your back is feeling stiff. 1 more. And head goes down. Single straight leg stretch. Hands can go behind the thigh. Curl up behind your middle, and you're going to pull, 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 pull. Use your stomach. If you're feeling like you need a little extra, hands can go higher on the legs. Use your middle. Last set. And relax. Hands behind the head. Curl up, double leg stretch. Let's start here. Lower the right leg down. Use your belly to curl up higher as it comes back up. The left leg. 1 more set like this. Both legs. Make it small. 1 more. And head down. Crisscross, let's start today. Let's do feet hip width apart. Keep your tail anchored. A lot of us, when we curl up here, like to kind of tuck everything. Make sure your belly's flat. Curl up, twist to the right. And center, twist to the left. Exhale. And twist. 1 more set. Twist. Last one, twist. And relax. Stretch it all long. Reaching, reaching, reaching everything away. Arms to the ceiling as we roll up. Stomach in, grab your toes and find a stretch. If your knees are bent here, that's totally fine. Find your stretch. Okay, spine stretch forward. I want to do feet as wide as the mat. Hands are on the floor in between your legs. We're going to take a deep inhale. And we're going to push into the mat and slide our hands forward as we round and exhale. Inhale. Get tall. Exhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Stay down there. Walk your hands to your feet, even if your knees are bent. Pull your belly back. So instead of thinking about pulling forward, pull back into your waist. Like there's a rope around your waist and it's pulling you back. And then reach your arms and come all the way up. And I want you to reach to the ceiling. Bend your knees if you need a little extra space in your hips. Lift your back and push your arms down. Open leg rocker. Again, booties forward a little. Start with a balance for me. Hands behind the thighs, lift your back, pull your stomach in and take your feet off the mat. Chest tall. Right leg lifts up and it goes down. Left leg. Both legs. Find your balance. Pull your stomach in, keep your chest tall, and then come back in. And again, both legs. We're going to look into our belly, pull our stomach in and roll back. Good. And again, round. And round. And belly back to round your back. 2 more. Last one. Legs are going to come together. You can have bent knees here. Here's our first teaser. Just find your balance. Lift your back. Find your middle. Get tall. Grab behind your legs and slowly walk down. Bring your knees in as your head goes down. Find a little stretch here. So we're going to start with some TikTok variation before we do some corkscrew, a little corkscrew. So arms I like wide in T if you have space. Legs are at tabletop. We're going to pull our bellies in and we're going to send our legs over to the right first, letting the left hip come off the mat a little. We do not want the left shoulder to move, so this is small. And I just got a little adjustment in my back that can happen with this one, which is great. And then again, reaching the legs over to the left, let the right hip come off, and then stomach in to bring you back up. So we're focusing on a twist in the waist, and exhale maybe. Inhale, belly in as you exhale. Let's do one more set. Maybe turn your head a little to the left as you go, and back in, and then go the other way, and back in, and give yourself a little hug. Now, I really like, especially when my low back is stiff, using the circle or a strap for the corkscrew outside of the legs. And again, if your back is stiff and your hips are stiff, bent knees are a great choice here. You can bend them a lot or just a little, and let's have arms at our sides. We're going to parallel the feet, push the legs open. We're going to do a little small circle to the right and pull your belly in. And we don't want the quads to be doing all the work, thus the knee bending. We want to think about pushing against the circle so the back of the legs are doing a lot of work. And then the stomach. Let's do one more set. Use your belly. Last one. And then knees in. Great work. Circle to the side. Long legs, arms back. Again, find a stretch. Should feel good. And then rolling up. Inhale. Find your toes and find a stretch. Wider legs than the mat this time. And we're going to work on our saw. So first things first, flex toes. Soft knees if you're having a hard time or you're feeling your hip flexors. Lift your back, but don't think about arching or don't let yourself arch. Make sure you're sitting, putting a lot of weight on your sit bones. Wide arms. We're going to take a deep inhale. Twist. Inhale. And twist. Sit on your hip bones. Inhale. And twist. Now stay here and we're going to round forward both hands to this ankle. It's very tempting to come off of this hip when we do this. Keep your hip anchored because that's going to give us a nice stretch in the side of our back. And we're going to pull, pull, pull. And then we're going to come back up and then back to center. Twist. And then round. Grab your ankle and you're going to keep your right hip anchored as you pull, pull, pull. Come back up. Our full exercise. Twist. Windmill this arm as you reach. Try to get your pinky finger somewhere on the outside of this leg as you lift and twist. Up. Back up. Deep inhale. Exhale. Twist. Pull your belly and anchor your right hip. Back up. And relax. Let's come onto our belly. So one nice stretch for our low backs is a kind of a lift. We're going to do our neck roll. Let's bring our hands on the outside of our mat, forehead down. And we're going to press our hands up and lift. So for a lot of us, it's really easy to get archy, as you can see here. We want to think as much as possible about lifting our ribs and our stomach and not letting our low back take all of this. Pulling your belly in. You might also let your legs open, like mine are. If you can squeeze your heels together, that's great. But if your low back's stiff, that can be hard to achieve. Lifting really tall, looking to the right. Chin on your chest, rounding your neck to the left. Back to the center. Lift your ribs a little more. To the left. Circle. And center. Lift your ribs a little more. And then coming back down with control. Let's do one more like that. Press and lift really tall in your ribs. Belly in. To the left. Circle. Center. And again. Circle. Center, stomach deeper as we come back down. And we're going to push back onto our hips and round our back. Find a stretch. I like to really focus on rounding this. I can push like that too. And then some single leg kick. So, fists in the mat. Again, I want to lift my stomach as much as I can. If I could squeeze my heels together, I would, but for me today I'm going to be a little more parallel, lifting my belly, lifting my chest. Now, I'm going to bend this knee and I'm going to try not to let my booty pop and my ribs go as I kick. I want to really stay lifted and pushed as I kick into my butt. Switch. Kick, kick. That should be a quad stretch, front of the thigh. If we keep pushing our butt down like somebody's putting their foot on our booty and kick, kick. Let's do a few more. Lift your waist. Push into your fists. Last set. Last one. And relax. Let's put our left face cheek down and our hands behind behind our back. 3 kicks is our double leg kick. Pinch your butt. Kick, 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 and we're going to reach. Arms long, chest long, eyes up. And switch. And lift. And switch. And lift. Keep your feet down in your chest tall. Last one. And lift, hold it, pull your belly in, and relax. Push back onto your heels again and round your back. All right. So, next thing, since we're facing this way, I want to do is a little bit of a quad stretch. So we're going to kind of mix this up a little. I want to come into a plank position. Let's start there. You can choose a forearm plank, whatever works. Heels together, toes apart. And let's just think, I know there's a lot of push-up challenges out there right now. Try not to let your low back go. Pinch your buns and lift and push away with your arms. Pull your stomach in. And let's just shift forward and shift, push your heels back. Again, belly in, shift forward and shift back. Last one, belly in and shift back. We're going to lift the right leg up and bring it through. Any old way will do. I like to have fists here in this lunge. We're going to push back into our back leg and pull with our right hip pulling back and our left hip pushing forward and our back heel pressing back. There's a lot of opposition in this stretch. Breathing. One more breath. I'm going to let my bottom knee go. Making sure there's plenty of padding there. If you have a hard floor and you need to put a little towel under there, that's fine. Let my toes go, and I'm just going to let my hips fall forward. Let gravity do all of the work for you. We're trying to feel a big stretch in the front of the left hip, and a lot of us might feel a stretch in the side of the right hip. Let's breathe. And then we're going to bring those toes back under and find our lunge again. You might feel a little deeper space there. Hands are flat again. Let's bring this foot back. Any old way will do. Again, let's do 3 push-ups if we can. Belly in. One more. Left leg comes forward. Pushing. Back, right heel back. Left hip pulls back. Right hip is pushing forward. Breathing. Bottom knee goes down, toes go, and then I'm just going to let everything kind of sink forward. Lifting my belly, maybe lifting my gaze just a little, forward on the floor. And then toes are going to come back under. Find that lunge again, see if you can be a little lower. And let's do 3 more push-ups. Let's find our plank again. You can also just push forward and back. And then knees down. Find that stretch again. Good. Again, since we're on our knees, I want to do some thigh stretch. So if we could, if we're not too stiff in our hips, legs can be squeezed together here. Otherwise, let's have hips, knees hip width apart, arms are straight up. We're going to take a deep inhale. And we're going to keep our line between our head and our knees straight as we lean just a little. Pull your belly in and then push forward. Again, inhale. I want you to think buns and arms reach you forward. Again, inhale. Hips and belly. One more. Belly in and lift. Good. And relax. I want to do some side kicks. So, lining your back up with the back edge of your mat. Let's have our elbow with the back corner as well, and then our feet come to the front corner. Let's really try to let the legs be free here today. So we're not going to let go of our middle, but let's try to create a lot of movement, especially in the front of the hip. Pull your stomach in, lift your leg up. We're going to kick front, reach back, lift. Again, front and lift. Kick, reach, kick, lift. 2 stretch, lifting, 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 lifting. Heels come together, kick that top leg up and reach. Big kick and then lift and reach the hip. Big kick. Try not to let your quad do all of it. You can soften your knee so that you can get the back of your leg and your inner thigh working. One more. And then circle, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Reversing back. Use your middle. And 5. Top leg kicks, bend the knee, grab the back of the ankle, bottom heel lifts, belly in and put it down. Lift it up, put it down. One more. Circle here. Lead with your heel and your inner thigh. And reverse, use your middle. And 5, hold it up, pull your belly in and put it down. Legs come together, both legs lift. Let's do right leg forward, left leg back. And then split. And split. Use your middle, split. Last set, belly in. Stretch, bring your legs together and lift and down. On our belly for some transitional beats, we're going to make a triangle, put our forehead in it, lift our legs up and beat. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 10, 3, 2, 1, and down. Other side, you can just flip or you can still face the screen. Okay, so back lines up, elbow lines up, legs are to the front corner, top leg lifts for 5. Reach and lift. And lift, don't hold your breath here. Stretch. One more. And heels together, kick up, reach. Big kick. Up for 2 and 1. Circle. 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 3, 4, 5. Both legs lift. Scissor. And last set. Heels together, lift them up, pull your belly in, and put them down. Great work. We are going to do some teaser. Let's face the way we started. And let's just do a pretty mellow progression. Because if our low back is stiff, we want to take it easy here. Let's start here. Feet down. Make sure your knees aren't too tight. Keep your V a little wider. Hands behind the thighs, wide elbows and lift. And just find your teaser lift. Find your middle. You can also have your legs a little wider if your hip flexors are getting involved, chest tall. And you're going to look into your belly and we're going to round a little. Pull our stomach in and then come back up and lift your chest, still leaning back a little. Again, look into your belly and round a little. Pull the stomach in and then lift and get tall. Sternum up. One more. Go a little further, maybe rounding, 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 rounding. Belly in and lift. And then hands come up and relax. That could be your 3 sets right there, or you can make it a little harder with us. Legs up, arms up, and we're going to round a little and come back up. Again. And back up. One more. Head could go down. Right back up. Find your lift. Get tall, tall, tall. And then let's do a full teaser if we can. Choose your own adventure. All the way down. Stretch. All the way back up. Lift. And let's round forward. Lift. And grab your toes and pull. Great work. Let's do a little seal. So hands in between around the ankles. 3 claps. Round. One more. Good. Find your balance. Hold it here. And relax. So last part of this class is going to be against the wall. So I'm going to pause it and we're going to set up against the wall. You don't need anything. The last part of this workout is against the wall. So finding a wall space that you can lean against. So we're going to start with our pull back up against the wall. And then we're going to walk our feet out to a place where if you tried to stick your hand between your back and the wall, you would not be able to. So I'm going to walk out really far actually. And some of us might not have to walk out as far. And we're going to soften the knees but have heels together, toes apart. And we're just going to start with bringing our arms up. Take a deep inhale. Press your arms back and lift your belly and open your chest. Again, inhale. As you push back, lift tall and pull your waist against the wall. Exhale, open your chest, pull your stomach in. One more like that. Press back and lift. We are going to drop our heads, let our arms hang, and we're going to slowly round away from the wall. Now you don't have to go much further than the middle of your back. You're just going to let everything hang, and you're going to just draw some little circles. So we want to think about stomach and back pressing into the wall, and then letting everything that's not on the wall really hang loosely, and then reverse it. Pulling our bellies in as we relax our arms, and slowly walking back up the wall, one vertebra at a time. And then we're going to open our feet hip width apart, and we're going to finish with a little bit of a squat. So arms are going to come up as we slide down the wall. Depending on your finish, this could be harder or easier. Press your arms back, pull your stomach in, and then you're going to scrape your back up the wall. And again, arms come up as we go down. Pause. You want to find that close to 90-degree angle here. Pull your stomach in, press your arms back, and then scrape your back up off the wall. Last one. Coming down. Press your arms down. Try to hold this. Find your stomach in, pull it in. Push your back into the wall. Keep your chest open. Lift your chest. One more breath. And then scrape. Awesome. And then we're going to slowly walk back up, lifting our back, trying to keep our spine against the wall. Lifting our head and our chest, get really tall, stomach in, and we're going to push off the wall, and that will be our posture for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're feeling good. Drink lots of water and take good care.